Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I have a lovely guest with me today, Tasha, or Makeup in SFC. And we just filmed this makeup look that we have going on right now. It will be up on Natasha's channel. I'll leave her link down below as usual. So today is not going to be a tutorial. It's a different type of video. So let's just
get into it. Yeah.
So, I guess what inspired me to come up with this is we had done a video at Ipsy Studios with Lynette Sine last year.
Yeah, and Heidi.
And Heidi Cupcakes, which I don't think that's her name anymore.
I think it's Heidi Malecki.
Yeah, so we had done this type of video with her, and I guess wanted to do like an update on where we are.
A lot has changed since we started there, and I think we gained a lot more experiences. And we've been lucky enough to do it together.
Yeah.
I think that's something that has been helpful.
And I think that video definitely pushed me to kind of
revamp
my channel and kind of what I wanted as far as like my career on YouTube. So for people who obviously didn't watch that video,
we'll link it. Yeah,
but
it was a really fun video.
How did you, I guess, like, we both started
around the same time.
Excuse me. We both started around the same time, but then I was on a hiatus for a long time.
Oh, right. So you started before me. And then when I came on, you're like, well, actually, I have a channel too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so we kind of like egged each other on, like, let's do this. Let's make a good run for it.
So I started back in 2000. Like, if we're going to look at when I first posted, like, my first video on YouTube, I think it was back in 2015. Would that make it 2 years? Right?
15, yeah.
So 2015. But because I didn't have a setup, I didn't have, like, you know, there was just no real motivation. And I feel like if I would have started my channel when I had originally thought about doing my channel, which was back in 2014, I think things would definitely be a lot different now.
Oh, yeah.
But it's always that initial being scared of putting yourself out there that prevented me from starting when I had wanted to start. So
when did you first, like, who was the first video you watched?
I want to say it was either Dulce Candy or Nicole Guerrero when she had, like, red hair. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, yeah, totally. And she was, like, showing us how to dye her weaves and stuff.
I think it was like what's in my bag tag was like really, really popular back in the day.
She was like sitting on the floor and everyone did it in their room.
And we were talking about this earlier that Dulce was filming her videos in her closet.
Yeah. In between, like, going to the base for work and then on the side doing her beauty channel. Like, it became the norm to have a beauty channel as your career much later. Like, people were doing their real job still. People
were doing this, like, as a hobby and because they like to make up and not so much because they could see it as, like, oh, I can actually do this for a living.
Yeah.
So, which is obviously a lot harder now to do because it's very impacted. So,
yeah. I think that's what started me, too. So, I first started watching Ingrid Nilsson. So she was like, I looked to her because she took it from like an academic kind of point of view. She's like, this is what I like, these are the facts, and I like that because when I was buying stuff, I don't like to buy things without knowing about the product.
Yeah.
And so that helped me because I was like, there's a whole group of people who will tell me what's good and what's not good.
What's good.
I don't have to waste my money first.
And I feel like back in the day, it was like, I remember my collection, I could literally
probably fit it in a tray like this. Like,
I had, so you know, like the utensils, like the utensil organizer stuff?
Yeah, me too.
I could fit all of my makeup in one of those.
Oh, yeah. Now it's outrageous how much stuff
and now I can fit an entire room.
Yeah.
all my stuff, which is...
We could make a store with the things that we had. And people would go shopping in my room for things. And there's too much things now.
Yeah. So, which is funny because I came across... I remember when I first got into makeup and I took like an Instagram picture of my makeup collection.
Oh, yeah?
And it was in one of those trays. And I remember I took it like right after a birthday because I had done like a Sephora shopping spree. And I had gotten like an Urban Decay, like kind of like it was like a glitter thing. And like a Givenchy like pressed powder. And at the time I had no idea what I was buying. I was just like, ooh, Givenchy, it's like expensive.
High end, yeah.
And now I think about it and I'm like, oh my god, I could fit everything on my face in that one little thing. Yeah,
when I first started, so when I got into makeup, my thing was on my personal Instagram, I had a 1 lipstick a day hashtag. So
I remember that.
I would show whatever lipstick I was doing plus a picture of me. And so everybody knew me for all my lipsticks because that's just what I had. And I remember my collection for my lipsticks used to fit in this tiny little basket that I got from the Dollar Tree or something.
It was like one of these?
It was a little...
Like one of these?
Yeah, a small, long one. And I could fit all my lipsticks. And I was like, look at my collection! Now I have like...
Drawers,
towers, bags. They don't even have a home. Like, that's the issue now. So I think it definitely has changed my outlook. Like, I'm not only an appreciator of makeup, but I'm a collector too. So I love every piece. And I know where things are. A lot of people think I don't, but I'm like, oh, one of my kids are missing. Like, where did I put that lipstick?
Well, and I talked about it in my, like, empties video, how we as makeup people will always collect. Yeah. You know, but at the end of the day, I talked about it. Ever since I watched Minimalism on Netflix, I'm like, I have so much that I don't use, that I don't give love to. Yeah. So a lot of the times I think, well, I've had this, I don't know, like eyeshadow palette for 6 months and I haven't touched it. Who can I give it to that will actually appreciate it and put it to good use? Exactly. Yeah. And usually that's what I end up doing with a lot of my stuff, because there's always new stuff that's coming into my collection. And I mean, I can sit here and say, we went to Navys. I got the Modern Renaissance palette. I haven't even used it. When was that?
That was like January, maybe? Yeah. I have that palette too, and I don't even like it.
So, I mean, it's still in the box.
Right. Yeah.
It's still in the box.
Thank God I didn't pay for it. I, like, got it as a gift.
My Kat Von D Pastels palette is still brand new. I haven't touched it. But I am a collector of Kat Von D products. So, I mean, I probably won't ever get rid of that one. But it's hard letting go of your children.
Yeah. I think we just appreciate makeup and beauty and the industry so much. Like, that's why we feel so passionate about it. Yeah. And I think that's what drives our channel. Especially when, for me, my channel, I think I want to just share as much as I can of myself and information, keep memories. Like, it's not only just a beauty channel, but I like to include vlogs. And so I think that is something that constantly inspires me, because then, like, I always want to go on trips now. And I think that's something that's good for my soul. Yeah. I mean, all of this is fun because we like it. Like, a lot of people will say, well, why do you want to put on makeup? And I'll tell them, because I want to. Like, what's it to you? Yeah. It's for me. And so that, alongside, like, being able to document that. Like, I have videos of when I used to put makeup and eyeshadow. I'm like, well, I was telling people that was the right thing to do. Yeah. And then now, you know, like, as your artistry develops, obviously the way that you do things changes. And I love watching other people. Like, I'll watch Maddie's videos, Talia's videos, my friends, people I don't know, because everything's so accessible. And I think that's what I love about YouTube the most. If I'm like, I want to know how to change a carburetor in my car, then I'll look it up. It's there. And YouTube is like, the beauty community in YouTube is just such a small part of a bigger, it's immense. And like, I think how many people.
It's interesting because you have so many people with a different aesthetic in doing their makeup. So if you want like a more natural look, like for me, I'll look at like Desi or Katie or like, you know, people that do more, I don't know, like everyday normal
Yeah.
looks, versus people who have a more artistic side to them, like it's likely makeup, or you know, like all the people
you
that
can't
do.
say that they're not artistic though.
No, it's not
It's
that
just,
they're
like,
not
different.
artistic. It's just it's a different aesthetic.
Yeah.
You know, because Desi can be.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
And I think
Katie
that's what's
can
great too, because then you can do whatever you want. Like you.
But
can
that's the
beauty.
beauty of makeup is that you can do anything.
Anything. Lots
There
of
is
things.
no limit to what you can do.
Right.
So, another question that I have, or that I jotted down.
Just like
so like your goals, I guess,
Okay.
for this.
So I think what we were brainstorming earlier were the different questions, and so when we're talking about goals, like what do we foresee for our channel? What do we see for ourselves in the industry? Like I know, like you said, your end goal is to be in some way in the industry with the people doing makeup or just being in the beauty community full time.
Yeah.
For me, it's my part time because I'm a teacher, as most of you may know, or may not know because I forgot this is Meadows. If you don't know, I'm a preschool teacher. So for me, this is exactly what it is. It's my hobby. I love doing it, and I love being passionate about it. But on the side, I guess, because I don't know if it would be great if I could find a facet in the beauty industry that would accept me. But I never went to school for it.
Yeah.
I just learned from watching YouTube videos. So it'd be nice. Like I love the people. I love the friendships that I've made. So it'd be nice to find a way to be in it. And I'd love to go to school for it. Like if I could be a cosmetologist or
makeup artist,
or if I could do skincare or anything. Esthetician.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic. Like I would love to spend time to do that because I think it's such a great field. I just love learning. I think that's what it is. So yeah.
Well, and like with me, I went to school for fashion, which in part is definitely connected to the beauty industry. And even though I will always love everything that has to do with fashion, because even with fashion, it's still an art form. There's something about makeup that, I don't know, like it feeds my soul.
Yeah.
Where when I had family staying over for 2 weeks, and it was so hard for me to film, like I couldn't do it. I felt at the end of it that I was missing something, that I'm like, oh, like I had like an urge to film, and because I couldn't. And it just, like, even if I'm feeling, and I've talked about this before on my channel, like if I'm feeling sad, instead of like moping around, I'll take off, you know, whatever I have on my face, and I'll put makeup on. Even if it's to wipe it off.
Yeah.
It just, because I feel like it's
an outlet.
It's an outlet, and because you can take it off, you can do, you know, anything that you can possibly think of. And for me, like, it's not necessarily anything about fame or anything like that. Like, I see it, and it's not something that attracts me. What I would love is to work in the beauty industry. That, you know, even if it's to work for a company, you know, I mean, dream goals would be to work for like Sugar Pill or Melt Cosmetics or Kat Von D is definitely goals.
Hire her. Ding, ding, ding.
It's definitely goals. But I mean, it's just about creating that drives me.
Yeah.
So
I think for goals, I would like to just be able to maintain relationships. Like right now, when NYX comes to the Bay Area, I'm able to work with them, and they're a global brand. So being able to keep doing that and being exposed to that would be awesome.
Yeah.
And I think the way that we are associated with Ipsy, it gives us a chance to really talk to companies, and you get insight on how everything works. Like, YouTube has become its own advertising engine. Like, you could have someone bring a product and feature it for 15 seconds on your channel, and they could, you know, capitalize on that and make money. And a lot of people respect YouTube for that now, and acknowledge that it is a driving force in PR and in developing a brand. So I think utilizing that and being able to, if we ever wanted to make a brand,
I know.
This could be our platform. So,
and I think now it's so, like, I mean, you have, for example, like, we promote stuff all the time. We don't get paid for it, you know? So it's brands are getting all this basically free advertising because you have people like us who will still do YouTube and continue to do tutorials because we love it and show off products that we love. And even if it reaches 50, 100 people, it's still 100 more people that it's reaching. So
yeah, like, I'll get random successes. Like, I have one video where when the Artiste, those toothbrush, do you have them?
No,
those toothbrush, facial
paddle brushes.
Yeah, they're paddle brushes. They hit the market, and then there were just some knockoffs that I had done a video on. That video has like 30,000 likes, at least views, and that isn't big for some people, but for me that's huge.
Are you serious? It has 30,000 views?
I still get views on that video.
My God.
So like that, I made that maybe last year or 2 years ago, and it's still getting hits. Like, things kind of have their phases, and so that's amazing to me. Like, you can find, like, you can look up something like, oh, how to contour, and there will be billions of videos on how to contour. And there's really no wrong or right way. There's there's a way to, like, show someone how to do it, but I mean, I guess there is a wrong way.
There is, but I mean, I feel like everybody's face shape, like we were talking about this. I don't contour my forehead because
and I do.
My forehead is really small, and the whole reason to contour is to bring shade, you know, dimension into your face. So I would never contour my forehead to make it even smaller. If anything, I would highlight something to make it a little bit bigger.
And we learned that on YouTube.
And so I know that I struggle a lot with, I guess, like, my schedule and being motivated to film. Because I've noticed that I'm very inconsistent when it comes to uploads. As much as in my head I would like to be able to be like, boom, 2 videos a week, every week, and that's how it, you know, that's how it is. There are some weeks where I think because I do suffer from depression and anxiety, my, like, levels will definitely be up and down where it prevents me from doing that.
So do you find yourself, like, using that as more of a reason to stay motivated, or does it hinder you?
So I usually try not to let it, I guess, get in the way as much. I try to catch it before it gets me. And the thing that usually keeps me motivated and to continue to do this is my end goal. You know, because I've gone to school, I've worked retail, I've worked a variety of jobs, and this is truly what makes me happy at the end of the day.
So what do you think will help you? Do you think making a consistent schedule where you'll film and get a day locked down? Or?
So I think by pre-filming and having, like,
stockpile of videos.
A stockpile of videos where I'm like, okay, I'm ready, like, Sunday upload, Wednesday upload, and then just have my videos already just ready to hit that, you know, public button. I think I'll be good.
And a lot of people don't understand is, like, when you're doing this part-time, I mean, your schedule's not always the same. Like, I do teach consistently the same time every day, but sometimes, like, you'll be tired, or maybe the filming schedule won't really work out because then you'll film it but you haven't gotten a chance to edit it, so it kind of throws off your schedule too. So I think it's like, I think that has been the most successful, just stockpiling videos and then continuously just having, like, 3. If I just have 3 that I'm constantly editing, then I know I'm going to get a video up a week.
And you're pretty good about uploading weekly.
I try, because then if I don't, then I feel like I get lost in the YouTube space.
Well, it's kind of like you went 1 week without it, and you're like, well, I already went 1 week without uploads. Another week won't hurt. At least that's my thought process on it. So I know, like, 3 uploads in 1 month is not sufficient enough to keep me...
To make a presence.
Exactly. So...
See, YouTube uploading... YouTube uploading is like working out. It's like, oh, okay, I'll try to get in the gym once a week, It would be great if I could get in there 3 times
Yeah.
a week. But 1 will do for now, and then I'll work up to it.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. And that's the same for the gym.
And I feel like a lot of people don't realize that it takes more time in the editing process than it does in the filming. Like, I could film a video in an hour,
Totally.
and then I'll sit there for 3 hours and edit that video.
Yeah,
So,
because I think I'm trying to search for what and how I want to edit my videos. Like, I would love to be creative and have someone film for me so that I could have more mobility. Like, I would love to make those outfit of the day videos or, like, a get ready with me where I'm, like, walking around my house
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But I don't have the time or the energy to set, like,
or
a
the
day.
extra help. Or,
Yeah. I'm doing it by myself. And that we're, like, the editors, the filmmakers, we're also set up, clean up.
It's everything.
Everything.
We
And
are, and that's how somebody put it. The other day they were like, well, you're not only like the director, the producer,
Right.
the editor, the artist, you're everything.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I feel like, don't realize that there is a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
Like for me, I didn't start with this.
Yeah, me either.
I started, I think we talked about this, my first video. I filmed with a little yellow table light and
Me too.
my Mac computer.
Yeah.
And I remember that video, and it's funny because I did a dupes video from MAC lipsticks, and for the longest time, it had the most views on my channel. But I think it's important to have, because it's like, it was crappy lighting, crappy quality, and I can see how far I've grown,
Mm-hmm.
from my first video until now, and just, even if you don't have fancy lighting, if you film with your iPhone outside in natural daylight,
I used to film in front of a window
you can
all
have
the time.
bomb videos. I mean, I think most phones nowadays film in 1080.
1080p, and some of them are 4K now.
So, I mean, you don't really need a fancy camera.
You just need space. I think one of the struggles that I have is space. My computer gets full, my hard drives get full, my filming cards get full.
When you bring the wrong SD card.
Yeah, I think just managing space is also something important for if you want to start a channel, that being able to be prepared to store all the things that you're going to record and keep. And
I think too, like, what kind of channel you want to have, because you're a very, like, educational channel.
Yeah, I try.
Like, you try to do the makeup 101.
Yeah, like, I try to break it down so, like, if you were someone watching my channel, you'll get it. And I think that's just how I'm hardwired anyways. Like, I like to explain things. So, like, this is how you hold a brush. This is how to, that way it's more relatable, I think. That's what I try to do.
And I think it's nice to have, because, we're not, at least not all viewers are like us.
Yeah, we're like...
There's so many people that I've ran into at Target or the store that have no idea what brush to use, what anything is. And usually I'll lend a hand when I see people in makeup aisles, like, struggling. I'm like, do you need help?
Yeah. Or like, oh, I really like this product. It's good for this and that. It kind of... That's what I want the channel to be, too. And I think that's why we get along so great, too, because we're legitimately talking about things that we like, and we want to share it with someone, and then it makes me happy when I've shared something and they like it too. So that's what the YouTube space
I'm all
has
about
become.
that. Like, if I will find a bomb $7 concealer, I want everybody
I want everyone to love
and have it.
celebrate this win for all mankind.
I mean, really, I would rather buy a $7 concealer any day than spend $40.
Yeah. Too, some people are really stingy with their stuff. I don't want to make this a negative video, but I get really sad when people don't want to share that, especially if they're on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you want to share that information with other people? Because then everybody wins. So,
I think, I find this thing as like every day I'm learning how to make my channel better.
Right.
And if I can share that with other
with a
people,
colleague,
like, not just Natasha or my friends, but if there's somebody out there that does want to start and has no idea how to start it, like, I don't see it as like, oh no, they're my competition. You know, like,
hold this information for myself. Yeah.
I'm always going to be a completely different person. I will always do my makeup differently than other people. So I guess, like, I have, like, what my filming setup is, I have a video dedicated to that. Because, yeah, like, I took the time to research, I took the time, but I also don't find it like a burden to share that information.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, you don't
You know?
feel like it's a hassle because why wouldn't you share? If you learn from someone else who shared it with you, like, why would you want to hold that information for yourself? That's a good way to put it. You don't feel burdened.
Exactly.
I think if you watch older videos of yourself, you can agree that your personality shows more.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I think with me, you can obviously, like, I've gone through a lot. So I have definitely been able to see the difference in, you know, and it's not so much about like, oh, like, you were fake before. That has nothing to do with it. I think it's more of like
feeling safe, I think
having like that reservation, I guess. And when you do sit in front of the camera, especially at first, it's kind of like, okay, well, I don't know who's going to watch my videos. I don't know how much of myself I am ready to show the world. At least that's how I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I think I just realized, like,
who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm just going to be myself, and if people don't like it, they don't have to watch my channel. There are plenty of other beauty bloggers out there that people can watch.
My cousin put it in a really good way. She says she's unapologetically herself.
That's a good way.
Because it's like, why would you apologize? I think I have a really bad habit of saying sorry for no reason. So I'll bump into a parked car and I say, oh, sorry. You know? It's just how I deal with things because I'm so considerate of what other people think. But I think being on YouTube,
it's all about being yourself.
You have to, because who else? I mean, you only live once, right? YOLO. I hate to say it, but it's true. You only live once. Who are you really going to satisfy? Someone else or yourself?
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, who do you sleep in bed? Yourself, right?
I also think it's important to not think about, if you are watching this to start your channel, I think it's very important to not worry about what other beauty bloggers are doing,
right, and
their success of their channels. Mm-hmm. Like, you should worry about, I guess, like, yourself. What am I trying to say? Like, originality will always
prevail.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, we're finishing each other's sentences. I love it.
Exactly. I just, you know, there was a really long time where all I did was watch YouTube, and people just started meshing together. And I'm like, am I watching different people at this point? So I do think that staying true to yourself and just, you know, if you want to throw glitter on your face and walk out the door, then do you, boo?
Yeah. And I think the other thing too is if it doesn't make you happy at the end of the day, like, I know whatever I put up, I wholeheartedly love.
Yeah.
Even if it was crappy, if I didn't like it, at the end of the day, I can look back at the videos that I made 2 to 3 years ago and be like, that was cute.
I did that.
And when I wasn't doing that, when I wasn't being myself, I knew it and I didn't like it, and I never posted it. I didn't want to put anything that I didn't want to put my name on because I couldn't stand behind it. And I think that's something that you should do if you have your own channel. Stand behind your work. Even if it's not great, okay, the next video will be better, you know? Or film it again. So everything can be done again. I mean, how many times did we cut, paste, start the video over, you know?
If it takes you 3 times to start your intro, or you have to redo your eyeliner,
yeah, do it. That's what makeup wipes are for. Makeup all the swashes off, and then you can try again.
I don't want to take my makeup off.
I like mine today. I really like this.
So I think with that being said, I mean, you definitely push me.
And you push me.
To, you know, like, I see Natasha post her videos at least once a week. Like, you're really good at posting.
Oh,
and I'm always like...
And you're really good at Instagram pictures, though.
And I'm like, damn, I need to upload. Like, I need to do it. And even if, like, she doesn't tell me, like, Maddie, have you filmed? Do you need... Like, even just seeing her upload, I'm like, I need to film. I need to put content up. Yes, I am good at Instagram, but I also see it like...
They go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand, and if I do my makeup for Instagram, I might as well film it.
Right.
Which is also one of the things that I struggle with. But
I think that's a good point, too. So, see this camaraderie we have? Like, it's healthy competition, healthy, like, encouragement. We're not doing this to be mean towards one another or one-upping, and I think that's something that's common in the YouTube space now.
Like catty.
It is, and we should build each other up. We should tell each other, this is really great, make a video for it, or I did this like this, would you like to try that for your video? Because that's what makes it fun, you know, because then we're all doing it because we love it, and we're all helping each other out to make it interesting. Because what if we were all the same? Like, if this were a race and we were all running at the same pace, there would be no winner.
And then you would have no friends.
Yeah. So, be friendly. You get more people with honey than with salt. Unless you like salt. I'm not good at cliches and quotes. My boyfriend will attest to that.
Yeah, so,
Yes.
So with that being said, I hope you guys learned something. If you're thinking about doing or starting a channel and you're afraid, I've mentioned this time and time again, just sit there, film something, and if you don't like it, at least you got a taste of what it feels like to be in front of a camera. Yeah. And if you hate it, film it again.
Try again.
It becomes normal the more you do it. So that's my last tip, I guess.
And your camera won't judge you.
No.
It'll play you when it stops recording, but it won't judge you.
Yeah. You know, the way I have seen filming is I think about like I'm talking to my friend. I don't see it as like, oh, I'm talking to a camera. Like, I think about it as who is watching my video and how I would talk to them, you know? So, and that makes me relax a little bit more and be able to be myself.
Yeah.
So, if you're afraid, just try it. You never know what might come from it. And, yeah.
And good luck to you.
Thank you for being here on my channel.
Of course, anytime. Thank you for having me.
And of course, I will link Natasha's channel down below, as well as the video that we filmed with Lynette at Ipsy Studios. That will be linked as well. There's definitely more information, I think, in that video.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys learned something.
And we'll link our Get Ready With Us.
Oh yeah, and I will link the video, thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
I will link the video that we filmed together down below as well. Thank you guys. Bye. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel.
Sorry, wait, I think I stopped something with teeth. Dang, you got some floss or something?
Do you need some floss? Do you need some pearls?
Like a little schnibber.
He said bye at the same time.